Every month, you notice it. The grocery bill climbs higher, the rent feels heavier, and that same cup of coffee now costs double. We call it inflation. But what if I told you it isn't just rising prices? It's a silent system built to move wealth from your hands to someone else's. Today, we're not just explaining it, we're exposing it and showing you the loopholes they don't want you to know. What is inflation? The Hidden Game of Money. A documentary by Olives and Finance.
Once, every dollar stood for something real, a promise of gold locked away in vaults. Then came 1971. The US left the gold standard. Money was no longer metal, it was memory. Just numbers created with keystrokes. They said it gave flexibility, but when money can be created without limit, its value has no anchor. Imagine 10 loaves of bread, $10, $1 each. Now print 40 more dollars overnight, and that bread, $5 a loaf. The bread didn't change, the money did. Inflation isn't prices going up, it's your money quietly losing weight. Here's the trick the textbooks skip, because they don't want you to know this. When new money is created, it doesn't fall evenly from the sky. It starts at the top. The banks, the corporations, the government. They spend it first, when prices are still low. By the time it reaches you, prices have already caught up. That gap is the Cantillon Effect. The rich buy assets before inflation hits. You buy groceries after it does. That's not an accident. It's design. Those who receive new money first profit most. Richard Cantillon.
Between 2014 and 2024, grocery prices rose by nearly 30%.
Eating out, up almost 50. Yet, most paychecks barely moved. So every trip to the store quietly buys you less of the same life. Meanwhile, the billionaire class stretches zeros. In 2024, global billionaires held $14 trillion. A year later, $16 trillion. No, wait. It's $14 trillion. A year later, $16 trillion. In 2025. More than half of America's entire $29 trillion GDP. The top 1% now controls about 30% of all wealth. The bottom half, barely 3%. That gap isn't just unfair, it's engineered into how money moves.
Tonight we are getting the facts on inflation. It was last week Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said this: when we came in, eggflation, eggflation, eggflation. You know, he goes on to say, egg prices are down, gasoline prices are down. Overall, he says, the inflation since President Trump has come down. Well, our partners at PolitiFact looked at these numbers. They say if you look at the most basic overall measure of inflation, that would be the Consumer Price Index. Inflation is not down under President Trump. In fact, the current 3% rate is also higher than it was during the final 6 months of Biden's term. But there is another metric, one more favorable to this claim.
So if inflation hurts the people, why keep doing it? Because debt loves inflation. Governments borrow, then repay with cheaper dollars. Corporations watch stock prices soar. Banks lend, profit, repeat. The system feeds itself, and you fund it every time your grocery bill climbs. As Warren Buffett said, inflation is a tapeworm feeding on every corner of the economy. You can't stop inflation, but you can stop being its victim. Here's how ordinary people fight back. Own what inflation can't destroy. Don't hoard cash, own assets. Stocks, real estate, commodities, index funds. They rise when money loses value. Even $10 a month invested beats $10 saved. Diversify your money. Keep wealth in multiple forms: currencies, assets, skills. If one system shakes, another stands. The rich do it, so should you. Invest in financial literacy.
Inflation punishes ignorance. Read one financial literacy book every few months, like The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. Watch credible educators like Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, and Morgan Housel, and learn how money works. Because the moment you understand it, you start winning it. Increase your earning power. You can't outsave inflation, but you can out-earn it. Learn skills that pay globally. Design, writing, marketing, code. Your best inflation hedge is you. And use debt wisely. Debt for consumption is a trap. Debt for creation is a tool. Ask before borrowing, will this make me richer or poorer in 5 years?
There's a financial problem. There's an imbalance problem. There are basically 5 big forces through history that drive everything. First, there's the money, credit, debt, economic cycle, in which there's a building up of debt in a cyclical way that becomes too large, and we're going to have problems. We're going to have a government debt problem. Maybe we can get into this.
Inflation isn't just numbers on a chart. It's power, quietly transferring hands. But once you see it, you can change your position in it. Don't chase money. Understand it. Don't fear inflation. Use it to build freedom. Because when you own assets, diversify income, and think for yourself, you step outside the loop. The system was built to keep you in a trap. But knowledge builds your escape.